Hey guys, I'm back. I'm sorry this is taking so entirely long. Um, I have been extremely busy. Um, since I last talked to you, I have moved to Alaska. And to answer your question, I know this is like everyone's first question. It is not dark yet, and it is not freezing. It's like 40, high 40s, I want to say, sometimes dropping to low. It's not bad at all. You can get by with jeans and a sweatshirt, no problem. I love it. All the mountains already have snow on the tips. I saw that Colorado is getting snow or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, it's just like they call it termination dust. It's just like dusting on the mountaintops, and that's what Colorado's at right now, and that's how Alaska was when I moved up here. But now it's a blanket. It's completely, it's gorgeous. I love it here, and I hope I continue to love it. But right now, I love it. The days are getting shorter, and they say that it's dark all the time in the winter, but you're really getting 6 hours of daylight, so it's not completely dark. Well, in Anchorage, other places are very different. Sometimes it's all dark. Sometimes it doesn't get dark. Like it all depends on where you are in Alaska. And as far as the rumor about seeing, I don't remember. You can see Russia or something. You can't see it from Anchorage. You have to go way over to a different spot. Aurora lights, I have not seen them yet, but there have been sightings recently, and I'm definitely going to try, but you have to be up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and the forecast hasn't been too great lately. I finally found a website that tells me when is the best time to go look, and it's been like 2 or 1 out of like 7, I want to say, so I haven't really took the time to stay awake and go look. Anyway, as far as my pregnancy goes, I'm 18 weeks tomorrow, but I decided I'm just going to go ahead and do the video today while I have time, because I do have an appointment tomorrow, so just get it done, I guess. One day isn't going to make too much of a difference. So, since I last talked to you, I was suffering severe morning sickness, and it stopped around week 13, with just like once every 4 days. But that came back around week 15, and it came back hard. I was vomiting all the time. I actually had to go to the ER a few weeks ago, and get an IV because I was on the verge of dehydration, and it was really scary because I went in and I threw up probably like 6 times that day. I couldn't keep anything down, and I wasn't going to go in, but then I started not being able to keep my water down, and that's when you need to go. You need to go if you are not retaining fluid, because it is very dangerous. Your amniotic fluid can get very low, and your baby could be resting just on your uterus, and it could develop birth defects and stuff, so it's very important to keep yourself hydrated. So anyway, I was nervous and throwing up blood again, of course, so my husband's like, we gotta go, so we left and we went to the ER, and it was around like 12 o'clock in the morning, and we got there, and they took my blood pressure, they asked me all these questions, yada yada, all the basic ER stuff. And then I wasn't seen for a very long time. Like, an hour went by probably, and I didn't see anybody. A nurse came in, and he just asked me a few more questions, and he checked for the baby's heartbeat, and he couldn't find it. And he's like, I'll just have someone else come in and see if they can find it. And that was a little freaky because you don't want to, like, not find your baby's heartbeat. But last time, before we moved, like right before we moved out here, I had another appointment, and the lady could barely find the heartbeat. it took her a very long time. So I was nervous, but I wasn't too nervous. I mean, I'm vomiting for a reason. I know it was still okay. I knew it was fine. And so part of me was nervous, but then the other part of me was like, yay, I'm gonna have to get an ultrasound and see my little one again. So I was a little nervous. So then he left, and for like 2 hours, no one came in. And then the doctor finally came in, and she's like, oh, what's wrong? She asked me all these questions, and then she's like, when was your last period? I was like, June 2nd, and she's like, oh, so you're pregnant. And I was like, yeah, like, did they not talk to you at all? Like, I was just so baffled that she didn't know that. Like, it was very odd, and we were in there all night, and my husband had work the next day, and it was a dreadful experience, but in the end, it was totally worth it, because the IV was amazing. It didn't hurt at all. It was like a normal blood test. It hurt a little bit more than drawing blood, but I mean, whatever. But after the IV, like, I felt perfect. Like, I felt so great after that, because like I felt like a normal person again. Like, ever since I started getting morning sickness, I've just been absolutely miserable. And to be honest, it was making me really like depressed and stuff, because part of me was just like, oh my gosh, I just want to get this over with. I don't want to be pregnant anymore. Like, I just kept saying that. And then I'd feel so guilty for saying that, because I really want this baby. I really love this baby. And it was just like taking a huge toll on me. And I knew that if it continued, I would definitely have to go to therapy, because I have struggled with depression in my past, and I could feel myself like going back to that, especially during pregnancy. Your hormones are like crazy. So I was really like emotional about that. But everything's fine now. I'm still getting sick periodically, but it's not anything terrible. I've been able to eat a lot. Not too much. Pretty much healthy stuff, but my number one craving has been Applebee's buffalo wings, the boneless wings. So I indulge on that every once in a while. I had them last night, actually. I was going crazy yesterday. I was like a mad person. But yeah, so other than my sickness changing, nothing's really changed, except the past 2 weeks I started definitely getting round ligament pains. And I heard someone talking about this in another video, and I had no idea what that was. And I was like, what is a round ligament? But then I finally looked it up, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what that is. I get that. For those of you who don't know, it's like stretching and like cramping in your like pelvic area. I definitely thought it had to do with like your legs or something else. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm definitely having a lot of that. Constipation is definitely a problem. I was gonna go look for meds, and my friend Eleonora is pregnant too, and she gave me like a list of medication and stuff, but I haven't been able to like find any around here. But it's okay. Sorry this video is so long, it's just I haven't updated in a very long time. I might have to make a part 2. Probably gonna have to make a part 2. But anyway, I've had 3 appointments, well, kind of. I've had an appointment before I came to Alaska that was just like a check-in with a nurse, just to make sure I was okay to fly again, and everything was like decent, and the baby was still kicking and good. So I had that. It was just she just heard the heartbeat and asked me questions, and whatever, I was done. And then when we got to base, I was going home to visit my family again. So when we got to Alaska, I went over to the MTF, and I was like, hey, I need an appointment. I'm going home, and I need to make sure I'm okay to fly, and I'm kind of due for my appointment. So I had an appointment on base, and I got to see my baby, and that was kind of a dreadful experience, because, I mean, yeah, I saw it and everything, and I could make out some of it, but I couldn't, like, tell what I was looking at. And hold on, I'm gonna go to part 2. Keep watching.